Good morning, channel. Here in North Texas this morning, it is a crisp 48 degrees. Don't you just love first times? There's only one first time for a lot of things in your life. And as you get older, like me, you know, those first get further and further and further apart until they eventually are almost non-existent. Well, today, my friends, we have a first. I'm excited to bring you the first MotoVlog on my brand new Honda 2023 Honda Goldwing DCT. We're going to take a ride out to Denton this morning to two things I love: bikes and coffee. Let's see what that's all about. I have a new position on my GoPro on my helmet. It's creating a little bit of wind noise. I used to keep it on my chin, but it would always point down because my chin on my helmet always kind of points down. I couldn't get it to look up enough, so we're trying it on the side this time, see how it works. Hope the wind's not too bad. You can see my low tire pressure warning light going off there on the dash, but I believe that's just tires needing to warm up this morning in the 48 degrees. So thank you for joining me this morning. Excited to talk about the new Goldwing. Already going 70 and I don't feel like I'm going 10. Back to you shortly, folks. Alright, first impressions on the freeway. Because I'll be honest with you, this is the first time I've got it out on the freeway at 70 to 75 miles an hour. Really good wind protection on my legs. That's definitely different from the VTX I used to ride. I'm not feeling any 48 degree wind on my legs. Maybe just a little, but it's awesome. So my fingers were getting a little chilly. So I turned on the heated grips. This 2023 Honda Goldwing has heated grips and heated seat. Now I don't need the heated seat necessarily, but my fingers were chilly, so I turned on the heated grips and I'm already starting to feel them. And that feels wonderful. Oh my gosh. +1 for the Goldwing. I love how smooth this engine is. There is hardly a vibration. Now, realize I'm coming from a VTX 1800, which is a V-twin. So, V-twins just naturally vibrate. So I'm kind of used to that. This feels like a car. I mean, there's just no vibration. And I've moved my adjustable windscreen up a little. Right here, I moved it up, and it's blocking a great amount of wind. I'm getting no buffeting, no pressure on my helmet and my neck, by the way. You guys know, if you follow my channel, I've got neck issues that eventually will need to be fixed. Oh, this is awesome. So worth the money. I am so thrilled with this bike. My fingers are starting to get very toasty. Always be on the defensive. Expect people in cars to do stupid things. It'll save your life. Oh, this is awesome. Back to you shortly, guys. Alright, still cruising towards Denton Square this morning for the Bikes and Coffee. It'll be my first time to Bikes and Coffee. Interested to see how that is. Watched a lot of YouTube videos for, going on a year now in anticipation of buying this bike. Everybody has a list of pros and cons about this bike. I gotta tell you, my list of pros trumps the list of cons by a good distance. One con that's frequently talked about out there is the navigation, the Honda navigation. Well, I gotta tell you, I don't really use the Honda navigation. I use Waze on my phone through Apple CarPlay, and I mean, look at that. It's clear, it's bright. I'm just gonna use that. I got no issues. You talk about waypoints. Now, I'm not going to be driving long distances on this bike very often that I need to set waypoints. And what I think I'll do is, if Waze doesn't do waypoints, is I'll just save my waypoints as destinations and go from one to the next. Simple. Oh, these heated grips are so great. They're just awesome. Another con you hear talked about a lot is the seat. Some people are okay with the seat. Most people hate the seat. There's every kind of seat out there that you can buy, from the cheap to the expensive. Have yours modified. So I'm going to be testing out the seat. Before I make any decisions on the seat, I'm going to go for an hour or two on a ride and see how my butt works. So more on the seat later, but today might be a good starting test for the seat. We'll see how, it's 40 minutes out to this Denton Square, so we'll see how it does. Nebraska Furniture Mart truck. I have spent a buttload of money at Nebraska Furniture Mart. You're welcome, guys. But they got awesome stuff. Their showroom is gigantic, 2 floors and 3 football fields. It's huge. Go check them out if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you haven't. They got great stuff there. Bikes and Coffee is a rather small affair. There's a few here. Some guys just chatting it up. Adventure bikes mostly. Little town center here. It's pretty cute. Looks like maybe they're going for coffee now. Well, it seems like a pretty tight club over there, so I'm not sure I want to break their party. Check out this courthouse. Is this not cool? I think I've been through here, but it's been quite a while. Denton's about 30-45 minutes away from where I live. It's a good opportunity for me to take some photos of my bike, which I haven't done a lot of. So we're going to do some of that. Here they are. Alright, well, our little stop here at Denton Square is nice. Cute little square. Looks like great places to eat around here. Not necessarily on a Sunday morning. But the bikes and coffee thing is a clearly a small thing. Group of guys went into the local shop over around the corner and got some coffee. I don't want to crash their party. We'll take a spin around the square one more time and then head back to the house. I'll take a different route back to the house. To Denton. Hate to see the twinkle lights, especially those twinkle lights, and they're running. Well, quick prayer for whoever's affected there. Heading back to Frisco now from Denton. Love the DCT. It is so nice. I don't miss the clutch. I certainly don't miss the clutch. This bike reacts as fast as I would with a clutch. And if I need to override the automatic, I've got the paddle shifters down here on the left handlebar. Temperature has increased to now 53 degrees, so it's warming up a little bit. I don't believe the back brake on this Honda Goldwing is as effective as the VTX was. And maybe it's designed that way, I don't know. I know on the Goldwing here, when you press the back brake, it's a dual braking system, so it applies a little bit of the front brake too. Same with the front brake. You apply the front brake, it gives you a little back brake too. And I'm hearing goats. Welcome to Texas, folks. Oh, got some dogs and goats. Hey guys. Anyway, the brakes are effective. Front brake certainly effective. The back brake just seems like I have to push on it harder than I did when I was on the VTX, and that's something I'm sure I'll just get used to, the reaction of the brake. Alright fella, stay in your lane. Ugh. I get nervous with those left turn folks when you're heading at them. Need to install that PathFinder. You know, I put the Trailblazer brake modulator on the bike. They also make, same company makes a PathFinder headlight, high beam headlight modulator, so you can flip it on and it modulates the front headlight, makes you more visible from the front for situations exactly like that. Somebody turning left heading towards you, and make sure they see you. We are on Highway 380 that runs east-west pretty much all the way across far north Dallas, from Greenville all the way through Denton to 287. 287 is about as far as I've gone west on it. It is a very dangerous highway normally. This is a Sunday, so there's not many people on it, but usually it's packed with cars and there's no center divider, so been a lot of deadly accidents on this highway. Love the suspension on this bike. Much smoother ride than on the VTX, which helps my neck. This DCT keeps the RPMs, feels like the RPMs are high. Of course, I'm in 7th gear, so I can't get any higher in gear. So I guess it's just, you know, comparing it to what I know, which is the VTX. The VTX was always a very low gear kind of bike, low RPMs kind of bike, rather. Matter of fact, if you got too high, the rev limiter would kick in and let you know you're too high. But even at these RPMs though, even though they feel high, they sound high, we're worlds away from the red line. So I guess we're fine. Guys, you'll notice that it's right about here where my microphone cord decided to come loose out of my GoPro. So I'm doing a voiceover for the rest of this video since I wasn't recording my voice on the bike. Here I was talking about the differences between the Goldwing and the Honda VTX that I used to ride as it relates to downshifting. The DCT transmission does not have a clutch, so as you start slowing down, it downshifts for you. Now the difference is with the VTX and the clutch, when I downshifted, I could feather the clutch, I could ease into that lower gear, and it made downshifting very smooth. Whereas with the DCT transmission, the downshifting can be a little abrupt, so it seems a little jerky at times. Not a lot, and I'm sure it's something I'll get used to, but it was a little jerky. That's a little bit different than when you actually have a clutch. Guys, I know a lot of you that are watching this video right now may follow my channel for the motorcycle content and the vlogs. But as you know, I'm also passionate about photography, and another part of my YouTube channel here is about photography. In a couple of weeks from today, I will actually be in the Faroe Islands, which is an island chain just north of England. These islands are amazing from a landscape photography standpoint. Amazing sea cliffs, giant seascapes, just beautiful scenery. And that's part of why I do this YouTube channel, is to bring you content that you may not see otherwise. You may not get to visit the Faroe Islands. And I want to bring that photography and those videos to you. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be putting out some new content related to that trip. So look for that, and we'll get back on motorcycle vlogs very soon. And for those of you that like this content, whether it's motorcycle content or photography content, just check the like button and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, it's free of charge, and it helps my channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. Since my last MotoVlog on the VTX, I've actually eclipsed more than 500 subscribers, which is still a very tiny channel, but I appreciate every single one of you. This is fun to do. I love bringing you the content, and I thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. I thank you for joining me today on this ride, and until I see you again, ride safe and God bless.